Hey, how would you like to capitalize and cash in on this crypto craze that's happening right now? My name is Shakir, and I'm the founder of Files.com. And over the last 3 years, I've been so into this game of crypto, learning about it, mastering it, meeting people, networking with people, buying courses, learning, immersing myself, getting my friends and family involved. And just this past week, let me show you just inside of one of my portfolio accounts. Check this out. And if you see here, there you go, check that out. Over the last 1 week, okay, that's $367,000. That's $367,000 and a little bit more change. And that's happened in literally 1 week. Okay, that's what my crypto portfolio has gone up by. And I don't say this to brag or to boast, all praise to the Almighty. I say this because I genuinely want you, your friends, your family, everyone to go and learn about this whole industry. Now, I'm not going to claim to be some sort of overnight expert because although I do have 3 years of understanding and learnings, I prefer to stay focused on my core business, which is funnels.com. However, excuse that slight promotion. However, I wanted to do this because I have been very grateful to not just profit from this asset class, learn about it, but I've been able to get my loved ones involved. So this is why I thought, you know what, listen, 2020, COVID, recession, pandemic, millions of people losing their jobs, all of this stuff is happening. What can I do to add tremendous value? And I decided to create this 4-part free video series. There's nothing for sale. Okay, I don't have a course or anything that I'm selling. I might recommend some of my friends things, but what I'm doing here right now is literally giving you some of the best insights that I've discovered when it comes to cryptocurrencies, when it comes to this new asset class, talking about blockchain and all sorts of stuff like this. I'm going to point you to some really good resources. Here's what I'm going to ask from you is that you need to subscribe, give me a big like down below this video, and share this with your friends and family. Send it to them on the WhatsApp, on social media. That way the YouTube algorithm can pick it up and it can show more people. And I do want to say, if you're one of my old-time subscribers, hey, listen, we just passed 10,000 subscribers, which I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for you guys watching my stuff. Thank you so much. I promise to be more consistent for you guys. So let me tell you how this is gonna work, okay? This video is really gonna be a little introduction on how I got started with cryptocurrencies. And then over the next few videos, the next one is going to be with a friend of mine who's literally bought crypto and recommended crypto, Bitcoin specifically, when it was, I think, around $150 to $200. He's from Australia. I think he's from Australia. He's from Australia, but he lives in America. And so I've got an interview with him that I'm going to be releasing to you. It's already been recorded, so I'm going to be sending that to you. Right now, I'm here in London in my penthouse. I am flying over to Dubai this evening. And when I'm in Dubai, I've got one of my best friends who was buying Bitcoin out when it was only $100. That's right, $100. And he's acquired close to about 1,000 Bitcoins. So I'm going to be interviewing him. So that's going to be part 3. And then I have some few extra cool guests and insights that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So you need to make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment on what you're most excited about, what you want to be learning when it comes to crypto, when it comes to Bitcoin. I'm more than happy to just share what I'm doing right now and how I got into this, right? Like, how is it that someone who's, I just turned 32, how is it someone that's in their early 30s get into an asset class that's fairly new and then ride this wave, right? Ride this wave. And what I'm going to give you guys specifically is a few principles just to keep in mind, okay? Now, before I talk about Bitcoin and whatever other coin and this whole industry, I do want to let you know, I am not a financial advisor and I don't pretend to be one, okay? Do your own research, consult your own lawyer, blah, 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 all that disclaimer, okay? Mikey, if you can put a disclaimer up here right now, that'd be great. So where was I? How did I come into this asset class? So I'd say about 7-8 years ago, okay, and I'm going to show a picture of this guy. This guy, I'm going to refer to him as Mr. X. Mr. X, I met him around 7-8 years ago when he became a client of mine. And he became a client of mine He came to my live events, joined my mastermind, attended my seminars. Basically, he bought all of the stuff that I was selling, and he went on to generate millions of dollars as a student. Now, what happens is, when you're selling internet marketing training courses, let's be honest, most people don't become millionaires. That's the truth. If anyone else says anything different, run away from them, because they're not telling you the truth. I am. Most people don't become millionaires. Most people don't go and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this one student of mine from India decided he was going to really put his head down. He was going to do the work. He was an I think he was in a software engineer, and he came in. And I remember, like, his drive was different, his attitude was different, his mentality was different. Whatever I told him to do, he just did it. And he was one of the greatest students I've ever had. And what happens when you have great students and they make $1 million or $10 million? In this case, this guy went on to generate more than $20 million in sales. He became a really good friend of mine. And we had mutual love of traveling. So we traveled around the world from Hong Kong, Singapore, basically all over the place. And he would always tell me about this thing that he's doing, which is he was buying Bitcoin. And he would always tell me, Shaq, he was buying, $100. And then he went to, $150. And then went to $200. And for me, I learned many investing lessons in my early 20s when I lost millions of dollars. I actually lost, just in startup investing, over $1.2 million, probably when I was around 25, 26 years old. So I became a very conservative investor. I'd invest in like precious metals, in property companies, in my own business. I became more of like protecting my money versus playing the game to win. I was playing kind of not to lose. And so he would tell me about this new asset class called cryptocurrencies. He would talk to me about Bitcoin, and he would, every time I met him, and we would meet maybe once a month, once every 2 months when I was traveling, and he would keep telling me, right? And so, Bitcoin went from $100 to $200 to $500 to $1,000. And I remember, like, I had met him in Singapore, and he was telling me, Bitcoin just got to $1,000. I need to look into it. And I remember we were in front of this hotel, which I think we were staying there, called Marina Bay Sands, some fancy hotel in Singapore, right? And he was telling me, Shaq, it's gone to $1,000. And I just remember thinking, hey, you told me when it was only $100, right? Now it's $1,000. Okay, well, if it's $1,000, surely I should start looking into it. And then I was doing a seminar in Singapore. I went from Singapore to I think it was Toronto or Costa Rica. I was doing more seminars. I was always traveling. As I landed, the thing shot up to 2,000. And then I went and met him again. And I was like, okay, I really need to get into this. So at the 2 to 3K-ish mark, I was like, okay, I'm going all in. During that time, I had also, God bless me with a beautiful wife. Okay, so I had just got married, and I don't know about you, but when you are brown and Asian and Bangladeshi, okay, when you get married, they expect you to buy a house. And so I had saved up, a bunch of cash to buy a house. And I remember learning about this asset class for about 2 to 3 months, learning it. This was before the big boom to where it rose to $20,000. So as I was learning about this, I remember telling my wife, hey, I really want to get into this. We could go buy a house, which I'm not really a big fan of. What if I just went and bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin? And that's what I did. I basically, at that time, which was about 3 years ago-ish, going on to now, I think 4 years, I just went all in. And when I went all in, I didn't just jump into this. I started finding out who are the best people in the crypto world, right? Who are the people that are really moving and shaking? Who are the people that own the biggest companies in the crypto space? Who are the people that have been around since the beginning, right? And there was only a handful. And so what I started doing is I started attending seminars. I remember going to Amsterdam for a private convention there. I went to Bermuda. It was like a secret island meeting with all of these top guys. And I met people like Tika Tiwari, who's regarded as one of America's leading crypto experts, right? I met so many people. And then what I did was I started asking some of my internal friends, like my close friends, people that I've known for many years, what they were doing. And as some of them were telling me that they were getting into crypto. Many years ago, he told me, this is what you need to be doing. And I was like, okay, cool. And I just ran with it. Why? Because it's much better for me to go and find people that are trusted in the marketplace, right? Versus me just trying to figure things out by myself. And that's what I want to give you throughout these video series. I want to take some of the best resources that I've got, and I want to just literally give them to you for free. Okay, isn't that cool? Right? I wish someone did that when I was getting started. Okay, and the mentality that I have here is the same mentality that basically allowed me to win these awards for my brands, right? These awards. By the way, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Okay, that's important, and you like the videos for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, and if you're new to my channel, right, my internet business is a business that I developed when I was 21 years old, living in my parents' house, and I generated over $30 million in sales before the age of 30. And so those awards represent $10 million each. That is my pretty cool bookshelf over there. That bookshelf represents not just a bunch of books, but mentors that I've gone and learned from, right? So for example, when I wanted to learn how to upgrade my thinking mentality, I went and spent time with a guy called Dan Sullivan, paid him over $35,000 to learn. When I wanted to go and study with Tony Robbins, I went and joined his Platinum Partnership Program. That's a $75,000 program. All in all, I've spent over $500,000 in my own education, learning to becoming a better entrepreneur. Okay, so that's been my mentality, is I find people that already have the results, and how can I go and fast track myself to get there, right? And that's what I've done. And so that's what I basically use that model to come into the crypto world. Okay, so that's a little bit about my background. As to what coins I'm specifically buying, we'll be talking about these things over the next few videos, but I wanted to give you guys these insights. Why? Because if you look at USA, if you look at UK, if you look at China, if you look at all of these top countries in the world, if you look at countries like America, you look at countries like UK, America is in a recession, UK is in a recession, China, these countries literally just print money out of thin air, right? If they print money out of thin air and you work so hard for money and you value money so much, like, do you see what's going on here? Like, money in itself has no value, right? Except for the value that society places upon it. So I've been a student of this but from 10 years ago, because I came across a guy called Mike Maloney. I'm going to actually include his video links, and he talks about where money came from, how money was developed, the secret hidden orders of money. It's very important that if you are so new to all of this work, that you need to go and educate yourself, your family, on where money comes from, why is money important, not just for your bills and all of this stuff, your day-to-day, but how having cash today, investing it in the right way, can set you up for the next 5 or 10 or 20 years. And I can tell you right now, out of all of the things that I've seen in my entire lifetime, and as I've gone through and I've explored different investing opportunities, and when you become a little bit successful, you also get to experience different people, and you get so many different opportunities. For the average man, nothing has been more profitable than investing in cryptos. Okay, now that's the good side. The bad side is most people look at it as a total lottery ticket. They don't understand what they're investing in, and so that they throw a bunch of money, or they throw too much money, and they over leverage themselves. And those are some of the mistakes that I want you to avoid. Okay, the first rule of investing is making sure that you aren't investing money that if you lose it, it's going to cost you peace of mind. It's going to be stressful for you. So don't ever invest any more than you can afford to lose, right? This is still a very new industry. If you have some money in crypto, then learn about it. Learn about this industry just like as you would learn anything else. Just like when you go out to drive a car, you got to learn how to drive so that you're educated. Same way with this asset class. There's so many moving parts. When I was getting started, there was a handful of coins, and then the ICO thing happened, and then there was thousands. I think now there's like more than 2,000 different coins that you can invest in. Okay, if you're just starting out, I'd just say, hey, stick with the top 3 to 5. Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, all of those. Just go in and learn about it. Another thing is, almost all wealth gets created during the right times, right? Have you ever met someone who just got lucky at the right time, at the right place, with the right people? Yeah, right. Timing is way more important than your team, than how much money you have, how smart you are, how talented you are. Trust me. And my friend who's watching this video, the guy from India that I was talking about at the beginning of this video, okay, I'm telling you right now, he is not the smartest cookie in the room, right? But he was smart enough to take advantage of timing. And this is, this ain't gonna last forever, just like most good things don't last forever. But if you're watching this video, give me some support down below. Let me know what you're excited to learn about, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.